Hey, what's up, everybody? Pat here, gratefully recovering alcoholic and addict, just like every day. Guys, please don't forget to subscribe, leave the video a like, drop me a comment, and by all means, share it with anybody you think might get something out of it. Other than that, how we all doing, guys? Happy Sunday. Yeah, what a beautiful day. I knew it was going to be a rainy day, so I planned on sleeping in a bit later than I did. But I was laying in bed, I was just waking up, and I had heard a text go off, and it was my sponsor inviting me to his, we'll call it his wife's celebratory meeting today. She's celebrating 24 years of recovery, which is absolutely amazing, right? His wife's a girlfriend, really, technically, but they've been together a long time. She's a powerhouse, somebody that, reaches out to a ton of people. She's one of the nicest people I've ever met. She's walking proof that the program works, and she's been through as tough of situations as anybody's ever going to face in recovery, and yet she's always smiling, she's always happy, she's always trying to help somebody out. That's the beauty of recovery, guys. So when I saw that text this morning, I'm like, yeah, well, of course I'm going to be there. It was at 10 o'clock this morning. I'm like, I still want to go to the gym. And that's the thing, guys. I don't have to, nothing has to be this or that. In recovery, we find ways to make everything work. So I jumped out of bed. I got cleaned up. I went to the gym. I had an amazing workout. Again, 410 pounds on the bench press. It feels good, right? Talk about motivation. Beautiful. And then I still have plenty of time to get cleaned up and go to the meeting. I got to meet a bunch of new people. I got to meet my sponsor's sponsor, which is just a cool feeling like part of that generational, now I'm getting into being a part of a generations of recovery. Guys, it's beautiful, right? And after that, I went out to breakfast. Then I went over and helped my buddy Ed start to get comfortable with the computer. He's 93. This is going to be an ongoing process. But I made a commitment to stop by his house every day for a half hour and just have him walk through. We're just trying to get him to be able to be comfortable using his MyChart. He's 93. He's got some health concerns, and we want him to be, informed on his medication and be able to see it right there on the computer. But again, he's 93 and using the computer, so it's a little bit of gray area. But again, I have the patience for it because I'm in recovery and I love helping my friend out. From there, I decided that I was wearing one of my Nike sweatsuits, and I'm like, I really love this sweatsuit. It's so comfortable. I'm like, let's go get another one. So I went over to Dick's and bought another Nike sweatshirt that I can wear tomorrow night for the celebration. Come home, and I've just been relaxing all day, getting caught up in laundry, cleaning my house, just one of those really nice, content days. It ended up being a very full day, but just relaxed pace, and I'm just happy. Looking forward to making my video. Just content and happy, guys. And it's funny because the reading is on self-support, which is something I love that I'm fully capable of today, and I've taken that to a whole nother step. I've gone from self-support to be, setting myself up and for generations or my whatever, just successful. Dare I say, soon to be wealthy. But that's just a part of. I'm a go-getter. I'm a hard worker, and I'm skilled. That's the way it should have been all along. But that's not what it's about. Today was about group support, and it was a group celebration day, and giving people accolades that they truly deserve, and I'm thrilled to be a part of that. But at the same time, that all comes by working your program, and part of working your program is the confidence you gain from being self-supportive, and that's a beautiful, beautiful feeling, guys. I can't even begin to describe how good it feels to not have to rely on anybody for anything. It used to be, oh, Doug's going to leave me a house, or Doug will get me in. No, I'm saving my own money. And yeah, he's coming to use, his guidance will be going to be very helpful. And we might partner up on houses, but I don't need anybody to give me a house today. I'm going to go buy my own. And that's a beautiful thing. Regardless of whose will I may or may not be in, I'm not worried about that. It doesn't need to exist. I'm taking care of myself today. And it's only because I'm working my program. So anyway, the principle of self-support is the title of the Just for Today NA meditation. The principle of self-support. In our addiction, we were dependent upon people, places, and things. We looked to them to support us and supply the things we found lacking in ourselves. In the animal kingdom, there is a creature that thrives on others. It is called a leech. It attaches itself to people and takes what it needs. When one victim brushes the leash off, it simply goes on to the next. Boy, right? Not even going to say it. In our active addiction, we behave similarly. Well, I guess I am going to say it. We drained our families, our friends, and our communities consciously or self consciously. We sought to get something for nothing from virtually everyone we encountered. When we saw the basket being passed at our first meeting, we might have thought, self support? Now, what kind of odd notion is that? As we watched, we noticed something. These self supporting addicts were free. By paying their own way, they had earned the privilege of making their own decisions. By applying the principles of self support in our personal lives, we gain for ourselves the same kind of freedom. No longer does anybody have the right to tell us where to live because we pay our own rent. We can eat, wear, or drive whatever we choose because we provide it for ourselves. Unlike the leech, we don't have to depend on others for our sustenance. Unlike the leech, we don't have to depend on others for our sustenance. The more responsibility we assume, the more freedom we gain. There are no limits to the free. And then the affirmation is just for today. There are no limits to the freedom I can earn by supporting myself. I will be responsible and pay my own way today, guys, and that's beautiful. And it's something I've noticed subconsciously over these last 6 months, because even in early recovery, everybody's like, oh, you're doing the right thing, and I am. And do not get me wrong, I am in with the best group of people. God put me in the best position. When I got to Somerville 10 years ago, I was truly blessed to meet the people that I call family now, my family, but Doug and his dad and his brother, and I run his business. Guys, that all started just by shoveling snow and impressing somebody with my work ethic, right? And again, he would always try to guide me, but I'd always chosen drugs. And thank God, my friend Doug's got a heart of gold and saw good in me, so he stayed in my corner, even though he had to, shut me off and I couldn't work with him for a while and this, that, the other. He's one of the people that convinced me to go to rehab. Anyway, regardless of the wreckage of my past, Doug always stayed in my corner, holding proper boundaries when necessary, and I respected that. One of the reasons he did is because I never stole from him. He never fired me. I actually quit my job when I realized I was getting so bad, because I just had access to too many resources, and I knew what was going to happen if I stuck around. And it's funny. I'm almost afraid to sound cocky saying I had that tiny bit of integrity that would make me isolate from friends and family before I'd steal from them. Because and thank God I just had that little iota of integrity, because it didn't often show up. Anyway, so many people are like, oh, you're lucky to have Doug, and I am. I'm incredibly lucky to have Doug in my corner. And even in my early recovery, I'm like, for once in my life, I wasn't looking at, well, what can I get out of somebody. Again, when I quit my job, my first thought was, well, I got to call Doug and turn the truck back over, because he gave me his pride and joy, his pickup truck, to drive to meetings or doing errands for him. And like, if I'm going to start working for myself, I got to figure something out, because I'm going to trash this truck with tools, and I'm going to turn it into a work truck, and it's his pride. And I, for once in my life, did the responsible thing, and I made that phone call. And I said, Doug, I got to let you know, I quit my job. I will get you paid up. I still owed him a lot of money at that point. But I did the responsible thing, and I didn't call him up. As a matter of fact, when I got out of rehab, he called me up. He said, I'm so proud of you. Go down to the office and get yourself some cash to go out. And I'm like, no. I'm like, I don't want cash in my pocket. I'm like, I'll take $100 advance so I get some groceries. But I'm like, I don't want money in my pocket. I don't want that temptation. Like, I wasn't taking the stuff that was being offered, and that was being offered in good conscience. But again, because I was paying attention, I'm like, if I have $500 in my pocket, I don't think that's a good idea right now. So I didn't. Okay, I was proud of myself. This is how we work a recovery program, guys. And at the same time, I went out and started working. Again, first I went back to my job, and I saw that was a terrible place to be, so I took the leap of faith and quit, and that's when I had the conversation with Doug. And because I did, first he said, just use the truck, use it for work. And the next day he said, you know what? I know what you mean. If it's my truck and you got tools in there, it's going to be, tell you what, why don't you just buy the truck off me? And again, self-supporting. I paid that truck off. I paid him $1,000 a month for most of the rest of the year to pay that truck off. But even that was a gift. It was worth so much more. Anyway, but I had the pride of being self-supporting. I started working every day. And again, working as it came in, but I wasn't out there begging, borrowing, cheating, not trying to get over on anybody. If I didn't have enough in my hand, if I wanted something, I didn't have enough cash in my hand for it, I just put it off. Like, I didn't go asking, because for once in my life, I wanted that self-respect of earning it for myself. Because again, prayer, meditation, following the program, seeing others talk about how the pride that they felt by doing things for themselves, like, that's what I want. I want that. So instead of trying to find a way to manipulate, rob, cheat, or steal my way through to it, because that's all I've ever known, it's what I've done in the past, unfortunately, I just stepped back and waited and said, okay, well, you know what? I'm not going to look at the shiny trinkets. As a matter of fact, if you watch my earliest videos, you heard me say it 100 times. Not going to focus on shiny trinkets. Not asking God for shiny trinkets. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time talking today. Anyway, I just focused on my recovery. And again, because I've done that, suddenly here I am at just shy of 15 months, and I'm in a financial position I never believed I would ever see. Like, and it's not about the, yes, I have resources available. That's amazing, right? But I don't go without anything I need, but I don't go on these extravagant spendings. Yeah, I bought myself a sweatsuit today. That was a big expenditure for something I buy for myself. But again, self-care, right? I bought a sweatsuit. I buy what I need. I go shopping every week. But again, it's my money. I earn it. I should probably be treating myself to a lot more than I do. But again, I'm saving for a house because I'm going to own rental properties. Because that was a dream God put in my heart, that for 10 years I had that. It was a bone of contention, because I knew at one point I'd been given the opportunity and I knew I blew it. But God never let me let go of it, because again, when I got into recovery this time, I kept praying and meditating, and one message I kept getting is, you sell yourself short. You've got to think bigger. So I started thinking, and I'm like, well, what's it? And again, it's funny, because I'm telling you, this is going right back to my early videos, and I'm telling you God's honest truth. I started thinking, well, what do I put that? Do I put that out there? Do I put out, I want to own property? And I was terrified, because I'm like, is it too big? Do I dare dream that big? And again, I prayed and meditated on it. I said, no, it's just like everything else. I promised myself I would go after my recovery. I promised myself I would work for myself and start the business that I wanted to for so long. And again, the only logical conclusion of that working out would be the next step, dream of owning property. So for once, I didn't sell myself short, and I just said, I'll keep my mouth shut and I'll just work hard at it. And then all of a sudden, by the end of the fiscal year, actually, it's not even, my business hasn't been open for a year until April. I look at what's happened over the first year of building my business. I'm like, holy shit, I'm there. I'm ready to buy a property when I find the right property. Like, that's shocking, guys. Talk about self-supporting. Not only am I supporting myself, not only am I giving to others, not only am I helping my family in every way, shape, or form, suddenly from being the one that nobody heard of, my brothers and sisters remark constantly that I'm the one they call. My brother called me this morning for it. Didn't cost me any money, but just help. I'm the person all of my brothers and sisters reach to in an emergency, whether it's a stolen car, whether it's a carbon monoxide leak, whether it's no heat in the house or no hot water. I love that today, because not only do I support myself, but I'm capable of being there for my loved ones. Oh, does that feel good? God, does that feel good? Not big and boisterous, but no, just being there. When I know that I'm the first person that they reach out to in an emergency, that feels good, guys. I'm back. I'm a person again. I'm respected again. I'm a human again. I'm a responsible adult again. Still got a long way to go. Not over me, I do my own saying I'm all this, that, and the other. But this is what recovery has given to me. It's what working this program has given me. Self-supporting is a beautiful thing. And it should be an early aspiration, guys, because it teaches you self-respect, a sense of self-worth, a freedom that we've never known in addiction. It is nothing short of miraculous. And again, if you step up, if you find your niche, if you find alignment, and you find your purpose, you're going to find success. I can't say your path is going to look like mine is, right? But every one of us is here for another reason, different reason. We all have our own unique gift, our own unique skill set. And when you believe in yourself and you work hard and you stay clean and you work and you apply these principles in all your affairs, you'll be successful. I still, it tickles me to say it, but I still almost have a hard time speaking it and realizing it's a reality. Like, no, it's not when I'm going to get there. I'm there. I'm living a beautiful, successful life. And again, I'm still dealing with records and I'm still dealing with life and I'm still, saving and building towards things, but I'm there. The reality of it is, I get up and I do this every day. I have people that look to me every day to help them, to guide them, to work for them. It's a beautiful thing. I get people that I look to every day, so I'm a part of something. I'm a part of recovery. I'm a part of groups. I'm a part of meetings. I'm a part of service committee. I like being a part of today. It is so nice living in the solution. And being self-supportive was a very important part of that. Because, guys, when we get into recovery early on, we have all these leaps of faith or life-altering or changing decisions we've got to make. Which way do you want to go? Do you want to be the one that's just looking to every program to see what they can scam and scrape out of? And don't get me wrong, guys. Recovery programs and assistance are there for a reason. Use what you need to get yourself to be self-supportive. But don't be the one that just wants to get on, methadone for the next 100 years. And if your aspiration is to get welfare and you're not disabled, come on, check your motives, guys. And I'm not trying to call anybody out, and I know it might be a little controversial, but guys, this program is there to give us a chance to be our best selves. And if you're not legitimately disabled or collecting disability for a legitimate reason, and I mean legitimate reason, if you're fully capable but you've scammed the system and you just want to get away with it, come on, check your motives. How much happiness and freedom are you really going to bring into your life? Step up, step out, go to work, whatever your path, find your talent, find your skills, become self-supportive. It is the biggest gift you will ever give yourself. Because again, at some point, before long, year, 2, whatever it takes, you'll look in the mirror and just see a whole new person. You'll have a whole new level of freedom that you never, ever going to feel when somebody's holding it over your head. Don't be a leech, guys. Be free. Be self-supporting. Be clean. Be sober. Be the best version of you. Find recovery. Guys, that's the video for today. Thank you so much for being here with me. Always remember, God loves you. I love you. We'll see you in the next one.